Hello, my name is Herrera and me, along my group, are going to be presenting the chemical properties of food additives. First, I'm going to be talking about what are food additives. These are substances added to food in order to improve its safety, freshness, taste, or appearance. These chemicals have been in use for centuries, for example, salt in meats as bacon, sugar in marmalade, and sulfur dioxide in wine. The European Commission on Food Safety Regulation defined food additives as any substance not normally consumed as food itself. Their origin. Over time, laboratories have created many more food additives of both natural and artificial origin, since it is known that these chemicals additives are necessary to ensure processed food remains safe and in good conditions throughout their journey from the factories to the consumer. Nowadays, additives are also used to improve food appearance and taste. For example, adding to the food's color and increasing its sweetness. In effect, many delicious modern snacks as protein bars and calorie snacks wouldn't be possible without these additives. Now, understanding its components. Numerous people are not educated in terms of the nutrients they insert into their bodies. They can even spot the difference between the ingredients and the food additives. For instance, salt is an ingredient and so is vinegar, but the acid in vinegar, which is an acetic acid, is the food additive. Also, people should be concerned about understanding the food labels, as there are many deceiving products that claim not to include certain ingredients and they hide it throughout the food additives. Let's say they claim to not contain sugar, but they actually do with the food additive they have. Its legal use. Nowadays, there exists more than 2,500 chemical additives. They are divided in different categories. Some of them are illegal in the United States because they have really bad side effects on human beings. Now, my friend is going to be presenting the different categories of food additives.
First general category of food additives are nutritional active, processing agents, preservative and sensory agents. Nutritional active used for the purpose of restoring nutrients lost during the production of the food or for enriching certain food in order to cover dietary deficiencies. This began in 1924 when iodine was added to salt for the prevention of goiter. The most common example of nutritional additives is vitamins. They are added to enrich food nutritional value. Other nutritional additives include minerals such as calcium and iron and dietary fiber. Processing agents. Multiple agents are added to food in order to maintain the consistency of the product. Preservatives classify in two main groups, antioxidants and antimicrobials. Antioxidants are compounds that delay the deterioration of food by oxidative mechanisms. The oxidation of food products involves the addition of an oxygen atom or the removal of hydrogen atom from the different chemical molecules found in the product. Antimicrobial agents inhibit the growth of pathogenic microorganisms in food by other preservation techniques such as refrigeration. One of the other microbial agents is sodium chloride. Nitrates, sulfur dioxide, and sulfites are used to control the growth of spoilage microorganisms in dried fruit, fruit juice, and wine. Sensory items it includes natural colorants, synthetic colorants, and flavoring and sweeteners.
Sensory agents, which includes natural colorants, synthetic colorants, sweeteners, and flavorings. Color is an extremely important sensory characteristic of food. When this one is processed, it's lost its natural pigments, so they use food additives. The natural colorants are derived from plants and animals, and these ones are not soluble in water, while the synthetic colorants are soluble in water and they are made of chemical compounds. The synthetic solubles are commercially available as granules, solutions, powders, or pastes. Special preparations named lakes are made of mixing the colorants with aluminum hydroxide. Flavor additives were created to replace the flavor list in the processing, and this one is the largest group of food additives. Sweeteners began in the late 18th with the discovery of saccharin. Later on, there have been developed another type of synthetic compounds. Sweeteners include glucose, fructose, and corn syrup. There exists another type of additives that people should be aware of, since these ones have been associated with harmful effects for the human health. So these food additives should be avoided or consumed with discretion in order to prevent diseases such as cancer. Sulfide is one of these compounds that people should be aware of. This type of compound is found in vegetables or frozen fruits. These additives can severely aggravate asthma, and the United States has banned its usage in fruits and vegetables.
Should we avoid them? Well, for sodium nitrate is harmful when heated at high temperatures and can cause pancreatitis. For trans fatty acid, well, this type of additive can be found in many types of processed foods like baked foods, which contain trans double bond between carbon atoms and has been associated with risks of heart disease and diabetes type 2. The following graph shows the amount of protein and sodium that each group may contain. Therefore, they should be avoided or eaten in a small amount. As a result, it is extremely important to be educated in terms of food additive. The understanding of the food labels will help on the awareness of the foods that are appropriate to ingest. As a consequence of the poor knowledge, people get illness without even knowing the sources where it came from. The purpose of this presentation is to bring the knowledge to those in society watching us. Therefore, as a proof to our social people, we search that the United States Food and Drug Administration, best known as FDA, has approved 2,000 of food additives. For examples, cereals, vegetable juices, vitamins, and others. As we speak of the good part, we also should speak of the bad side. For instance, humans should consume small amounts of additive food because following a diet of low processed food can help to avoid chronic diseases as high blood pressure, heart disease, and obesity. Thank you.